Back for round 3, trying to get Tim's weapons back.
Might stay down this end of the table, it's the glare's sort of bouncing into my eyes.
Yeah, no worries.
Audio onto video.
Did you hear about the excitement at my place yesterday?
I heard something in the typing room. Yeah. You alright?
Yeah.
Did you hear about your friends at weapons licensing?
Yeah,
Lied to QCAT again, and this time got caught out on their own CCTV footage. Right. I'll advise you now, in fact, we'll just put this on video. These knives I'm looking for a stamp. I can't see that. All I'm seeing is white pages, but you'll see it. What I'm looking for is there'll be two stamps that says Burndall Police Station, like ink type stamps.
Smell the road, Burndall?
I don't know. Is it? Yeah. Is there two stamps? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's for those two knives. So how can they be Category M there? They're in the same condition. Legislation hasn't changed. You're handing them back to me.
Look,
That's
we're not going to get
not
into
gonna make any
the
comment.
semantics
Oh, okay.
of all that. We're here today.
Just
so
as long as you realise what it is you're handing back. All right. You may have been just an oversight when you put in your email that they're just knives. They are flick knives. Flick knives that don't work, but they are manufactured as flick knives.
The instruction from the OIC is to return the property to you. So that's all we're doing.
Okay.
Right? We're not going to enter into
All right.
any debates or discussions on legislation or.
No, I'm not getting into. I'm just curious as to why they're being handed back.
I have no idea.
Because I'll put it this way, just so there's no doubts. I don't have any weapons license. I'm not the holder of a current weapons license.
We're aware of that.
All right.
All right. So let's get the ball rolling. Let's get these.
Let's have a look at them.
Subject
I take it you're not prepared to stamp anything in here saying release to own. Okay. Well, and you have no obligation to. But again, if somebody from the Queensland Police wants to conduct an interrogation of this register at a future date, which they can do by law, and they say, where are these two knives?
Look, at the end of the day, if that were the case and we wanted to speak to you in relation to those matters, we wouldn't be returning them now.
Okay. Well, I'll take that as they're not Category A weapons then, as far as you're concerned. All right, let's have a look at them. There's no point in showing you images of the same knives in a switchblade reference book. A switchblade is a
It's not something that we're going to get into.
All right, okay.
With you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You probably need a pair of scissors.
Yeah, I did think about bringing a knife up for that purpose, but then.
So just John, on the side of the blade, you'll see that it's marked with a certain.
Yeah, I engraved that on there in, I think, 2001 when I had to get the ministerial import permit out of Canberra to import them. Surprise, surprise, I couldn't get that ministerial permit without a permit from weapons licensing saying, yes, these are Category M, these are the serial numbers that will go on them, and yes, Mr. Powell is licensed to own them. Again, same knives, same legislation. And what you do, you have to push the button to open it and pull the blade out with your hand because they haven't got springs in them. If that was a pocket knife, there'd be a nail nick in the blade to stick your fingernail into. Just make sure the safety catch is off. There's a... Yeah, now it's off. There's no, has this one got pins in the handle? No, it doesn't look like it.
Not no pins.
Usually that's where they crack it at the pins. I think there was even mention on this paperwork about category M.
So have you got any other further comment in relation to that one? Before
You
John
didn't
pulls
see,
out the other one?
any cracks or anything in it?
Not what I can see visually.
I mean, it's 1930s vintage. It's never going to be mint condition, but from what I can see, I can't see any cracks.
Looks good to me. Bit of two-tone, but that's about it.
Yeah, no.
You happy with that?
Yeah, I'm happy with that one. It's this next one this is the valuable one.
Grab them then too.
What's that engraving, John? Is it? That one's KXX2.
Yep. KXXX1 went to the US. I think if you wanted to go for that register, you'd find out when it went to the US and who I sent it to. There was 3 of them that came
Just
in.
got locking mechanism as well.
Yep. These are what you call lever locks, where you
Yeah.
flip that up like that, and then you push down. So as you can see, non-functional. Same deal. If you push that down and grab that blade, you should be able to pull it out. Very valuable one. Oh, sorry. This one has got pins. I can see those.
Yep.
Can you see any little cracks in that dark sort of bone handle?
No, just a lot of depressions along the edge and the plastic itself, or bone. Looks good to me.
Original shell puller, probably 1920s, 1930s. Shell puller for pulling shells out of a shotgun. All right, looks fine. Doesn't work.
You obviously you don't want to sign an indemnity receipt.
I prepared a receipt. I'll either sign that, or if you want to, I've got a Word version of that receipt which I can email to you right now if you want to go in and paste that onto a QPS letterhead. But I don't indemnify anybody.
That is,
There's
that's the one that you sent me, the email.
Right.
I'll get back to John. Have a look. That's the one. That's the latest email.
Well, it'll have the date on the bottom of the. I've had to update it 3 times just with the date. So
Yeah.
it doesn't mean it edited at all.
No,
I'll go to
I'll read it
same
to you, do I? So, I, Timothy N. Charles Powell, Unit 333, Mortimer Street, Queensland, acknowledge receipt of the undermentioned property from, and it's got Queensland Police Service, Caboolture Police Station, 150 Street, King Street, Caboolture, Queensland. I further declare that QPS is informed that I am entitled by law to the possession of this said property and I have received no payment or other benefits from any insurance or other company. The said property lawsuit has not been in my possession, nor has any other person acquired any title to the said property. Conditions of receipt of the said property. Commissioner of the QPS confirms the said property are not weapons as defined in Section 7A of the Weapons Categories Regulation 1987 Queensland, and I require no licence issued under the Weapons Act 1990 Queensland to possess the said property.
Is that 87 or 97?
1997. And then it's got the obviously description of the property, which is marked KXXX2 and KXXX3. Both described on QPS field as property receipt number F1124164 on 30th December 2018. 2 times good knives, KXXX2 and KXXX3. Timothy N. Charles Powell, 6th of January 2021.
Well, if you're happy to sign that, I'll sign the bottom of it.
I'll certainly put my name on it. To say, because at the front here it says, I, Timothy N. Charles Powell, blah, 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 your address, acknowledge receipt of the undermentioned property from me.
Is that signed or just written out, wrote your name on it?
No, it's signed.
Oh,
He's got
Yeah,
real
look,
bad.
the only
I'm looking at
issue,
it, all I can see is
the
roughly
only
the outline
issue,
of the piece of
the only
paper.
issue at the end of the day apart from a formal indemnity receipt, we're not authorised to sign
No, you're
any
not.
other
You don't know.
receipts.
As I said, you don't have to.
In particular, these two paragraphs, which are immaterial to the return of the property anyway. So what Senior Constable Allen is saying is that we'll acknowledge that
They
You've
take
received
possession of
those
property.
two
I'd
items
say it
from
is
us.
material
And that's fine.
because
Well,
you've seen nothing personal, but you have personally seen examples in the past where two pieces of metal, one minute they were category D weapons, then they weren't, then they weren't.
Well,
And
that
eventually
has
went
nothing
to
to do
court.
with us returning the property to you. I know that you want to debate the issue.
I'm not trying to debate it and make a video out of it or whatever. I'm
But
protecting myself.
at the end of the day, we've been authorised to return the property to you,
all right.
and that's it. So we're not entering into what the Commissioner confirms. We've received no literature in relation to that.
Yeah, but I didn't. Oh, hang on. I didn't request. I didn't write to the station and say I want these two knives back. I wrote to the Commissioner. Now I don't know what happened after that, but all of a sudden, Senior Constable Allen is writing to me, offering the property back. So either unlikely the Commissioner, or I'm speculating, but I suspect I'm right, or some delegate of hers has gone down the chain of command and come back to this station.
But like I said,
told to give it back.
we're not going to make, and Shane's, like I said, Shane's, we're happy to sign there in relation to the receipt of the property, but in relation to that, you know, we're not going to, and that has nothing to do with the return of property for us. So,
All right, okay.
if
But
you
as
wish
I've
to
said
sign-
before,
Yep.
as I've said before, offer to supply is supply. You have supplied it. If someone were to approach me at a later date from the QPS and the legislation hasn't changed and says these are category M weapons, we're going to charge you of unlawful possession. Well, you know.
but what you're saying right now is immaterial to anything. You've recorded it on video. I'm presuming that John over here has recorded it as well. We're recording as well. So at the end of the day, there's no dispute over what we're returning, what condition they were returning. And this document here, really at the end of the day, is irrelevant because everyone's got
You got what you come here for.
So if you wanted to, I can sign it.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
You just got to point to where it's going to be.
Oh,
Actually, I
yep,
might-
sorry.
Do you have problems like pressing against the wall?
Yeah, that's probably not going to work for you.
That's the
Hang on.
demon of cataracts. I can start to see it here, but once we're here,
Yeah,
it's
No,
just,
come up here. That way you've got a hard surface behind it. So you're their signature.
you can see my signature. But I'll take your word for it that it's there.
It's
Still being recorded anyway.
Yeah, so
I'm just saying that's how
John, did you just want to have a look at that where he
Yep.
signed it?
Fine.
That's all good.
cataracts work. You just
Yeah.
Is that for him or you?
No, yeah, that's right.
Yep, all good. Everyone happy?
I'll scan that onto the appropriate.
now, do I get a copy of that or?
We can certainly give you a copy of that before you go. That's not a problem. So that you have a copy of what you signed. That's all good.
Where are the knives? Are they
In here, mate.
No,
Locked
it's
up
locked
already.
in the
Right,
lockbox.
Okay, all good.
And your keys are here too. You want them
I'll
separate?
sort it all out in the foyer.
Yeah.
Put them back in your pocket.
The lighting is not as bright as in here.
Yeah, it's pretty ordinary, these lights, but anyway.
Oh, once again, it's just.
I think they tried to look fancy, but
That's your new
No,
standards.
it's the cataracts. It's the light. It's looking at that table for me is like looking at an electric welder. It's just. Yeah. Sorry.
just,
Put that in
just
there for
double
you.
check
Yep,
that they're both identical.
certainly are.
Perfect. Excellent. All right, gentlemen. That's good.
Well, I suppose I could talk you into handing back the guns while we're here. You could just take the firing pins.
That's
Well,
all we've
what's
been
the
authorised to do, I'm
difference?
afraid.
Next time.
That's a whole nother story.
What's the difference?
Well,
But I will be. Can you have Senior Constable Newman
Jenny Newman, I have spoken or emailed her
contact me?
and
I do have concerns.
requested that she contact
Whilst
you.
I know the legal process is probably going to go on for at least another year regarding those, I do have concerns that they have been sitting somewhere, presumably in this building, for 2 years now. So the last I spoke to somebody from the property office, they said they're in plastic bags, and I know myself that plastic bags can attract moisture or can trap moisture, and they were never oiled before coming here. Some of those guns are junk, some of them are worth in the thousands and maybe even above 10,000 each.
we'll get Senior Constable Newman to give you a ring and perhaps those discussions can be entered into. All I know is the environmental factors in the property office have been designed specific for purposes such as that, However, I understand what you're saying.
Plastic bag is
Being-
as soon as someone said plastic bags,
Yeah.
I only know this because it's not the first time those weapons have been